A franchise that is by all accounts a miracle. A story that has touched the hearts of countless people. A truly unique game that still to this day manages to warm our hearts. Let's shit all over it, shall we? Real talk though, this franchise is a miracle. It's the love child of Disney and Square Enix conceived in a fucking corporate elevator. I'm not joking. So most people would think that this weird hybrid shouldn't have been able to thrive, let alone survive shortly after birth. But surprisingly, the story of Kingdom Hearts was especially strong and managed to capture the magic of Disney and the badassery of Square Enix. It actually had effort put into it. I know, shocking. I've been playing these f***ing games since before I started kindergarten, so I blame them for some of my weirdness. Legit, I remember imitating the giant Ursula boss in my kindergarten class and everyone looking at me like I just snorted 6 pounds of straight uncut sugar. But by f***ing god, this story may have kinda become a fiery train wreck dumpster fire, but it's still tugging at my heartstrings, so damn it, we're f***ing looking back on it. Spoilers beware. First, there's our main character, Sora, a happy-go-lucky, adventurous young man with the heart of a magical girl, the shoes of a giant clown, and the brain of a dead dodo. Riku, Sora's best friend, who struggles with an existential crisis in which he wants to see the other worlds, but also wants power to protect his friends, and as a result ends up struggling the whole series with the temptation of the powers of darkness to the point where he's probably one of my favorite characters of all time. Also, I totally don't ship him and Sora. No, nope, totally don't. No, you can't prove nothing. Kairi, who... she has red hair. And also large shoes. Oh, and her laugh is, pretty weird. Never mind, it's terrifying. Dear God, I've seen death, and he ain't got nothing on this bitch. Donald and Goofy, who are your companions for most of the game and are more useless than a pet rock, at least when you throw the rock, it does damage, and at least is upfront about not healing you at the right time, Donald! Jiminy Cricket, who records your journey in a clunky-ass journal that no one ever reads ever. Be real, I think at some point Sora crushed him to death with his giant-ass clown shoes, like Pinocchio in the original story. Yeah, I did that. Italy is f***ed up. Look it up. Because he hardly ever shows up. He just kind of f***s off most of the time while everyone else fights for their lives. I mean, some nice commentary would be nice here and there, you bitch-ass Cricket. The evil League of Evil, headed by the bad bitch Maleficent. Also present are classic Disney villains such as Jafar, who's not nearly as important to the plot as you might think. Hades, who's a part-time member. Damn you, James Woods. Captain Hook, we only had him for his ship, which somehow can fly through space. It's weird, I know, but hey, if Sora can fly a spaceship made of gummies and a f***ing bitch whale can survive in space, this shit's fine too. Ursula, her boss fights, and Oogie Boogie. Also him.
Nobody disrespects me! Nobody!
Literally everyone does. And the true main antagonist, Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, who actually isn't Ansem, but we'll get there at some point, dear lord, this f***ing story. Also his guardian. So we start off with a weird acid trip after Kairi sneaks some drugs into our Palpu fruit. I swear that's not a sexual innuendo, this bitch is just evil. Sora helps Riku and Kairi, and some cameos from Final Fantasy who we don't really care about when it matters most, so f*** them I guess, build a raft to visit other worlds. Yes, these children do not understand how the interplanetary travel works. They legit think they could just get to Mars through the ocean. Good luck with that, kids. You're gonna drink salt water, become dehydrated, go through all your food, go crazy, and end up eating each other. It's gonna be Lord of the f***ing Flies up in that shit. Meanwhile, in the Disney monarchy, one of the most poorly run kingdoms I've ever f***ing seen, and I'm pretty sure this place is a f***ing totalitarian dictatorship, but then again we'll get there later, King Mickey has gone missing, and all we have from him is a letter, like find the Keyblade, lol, bye bitches. And so Donald, Goofy, and Jiminy, and also Pluto, he just kinda does whatever he wants and somehow doesn't die, head out to find the Keyblade wielder. Sora's home falls to darkness, and Riku, Kairi, and Sora's nameless mother who made him dinner that he never ate, dear God, Sora, think of your parents! Vanish as the monsters from his acid trip nightmare attack. The Keyblade shows itself to Sora, but he's thrown into the void. Luckily, he ends up in a place called Traverse Town, which appears to those who've lost their world to darkness. After some hijinks and more Final Fantasy cameos, Sora, Donald, and Goofy meet up, and our journey to fight the Heartless begins. We visit worlds based on Alice in Wonderland, Hercules, Tarzan, Little Mermaid, and life is good as we lock the keyholes and stop the Heartless. Till, of course, Riku's petty ass gives into the darkness, kidnaps Kairi, and tries to murder Sora over and over again.
He quite simply replaced you. Come with me.
We literally offered you a spot on the gummy ship, you dickhead. But it turns out these villains are out to destroy the worlds by filling their hearts, protected by things called keyholes, with darkness. And they also want to release the ultimate darkness by capturing 7 young women known as the Princesses of Heart. After taking out most of the evil League of Evil, except Hades, he just kind of f***s off and does his own thing. Again, damn you, James Woods. We head out to Maleficent's hideout, Hollow Bastion. Riku tries to take our Keyblade, but with the power of friendship in typical shonen style, we get it back and beat his ass. Yeah, that's right, bitch, you run! We kick Maleficent's ass, but it turns out this creepy-ass guy in a hood we saw on the island who Sora was too stupid to run from. Seriously, dude, this guy looks like the leader of a cult, and why are there cults in every piece of media I consume? Is actually the true mastermind. He calls himself Ansem and has managed to possess Riku. After an aggravating boss fight, my god, your powers of darkness, you spamming little Sora finds out that Kairi's heart is actually inside him. Yeah, trust me, it's explained. So despite our E10 plus rating, Sora resolves to save Kairi, and to do so... How did this get past the censors again? Kairi and the other Princesses of Heart are awakened. Riku holds off Ansem with what little of his heart is left, and Sora turns into a Heartless. Oh my god, he's so pure of heart, he became a shadow, literally the lowest form of Heartless. Oh my god, look at him, he looks like an adorable little ant, oh my god. But Kairi manages to bring Sora back to his human form, and we head back to Traverse Town as the darkness worsens in Hollow Bastion. Kairi makes Sora promise to give her back her lucky charm, and we head off to seal the Hollow Bastion keyhole, stop Ansem, and save Riku. We fight a giant cow unicorn thing? I don't know, but damn, it's a pushover. Leon and the others arrive to tell us how Maleficent ruined Hollow Bastion, their homeworld, and how after we save all the worlds, they'll all be separated again. But Leon reminds us,
we may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts, squall. We head out to the end of the world, a conglomeration of worlds destroyed by the Heartless, as well as an entrance to the Realm of Darkness. Heading deeper in, we find the remnants of Sora's home, Destiny Islands, where we battle Ansem and his f***ing guardian god this thing. After about 7 billion different forms, we finally defeat him and arrive at the door to Kingdom Hearts, a mystical place of legends. The doors open, and the light within destroys Ansem in one of the best memes to have ever been born.
But why?
Guess he wasn't a morning person. But the doors to the Realm of Darkness are wide open, and Sora and Co struggle to close it. But Riku, thankfully, is here to close it from the other side, along with King Mickey, who's wielding the Keyblade of the Realm of Darkness. The door is closed, and all the worlds, or at least most of them, but again, we will get there later, are restored, including the Destiny Islands. Everyone goes back to where they belong, including Kairi, but Sora promises to see her again once he finds the King and Riku. But now lost in this strange realm without the gummy ship, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and Jiminy, he's still there guys, wander about, not sure of where to go or what to do. And then... oh boy. It's actually a pretty tight story with clear motivations you can kinda get behind. You know, when you aren't shouting at Donald and Goofy for being useless twats and Riku for making poor life choices, but hey, it fits his arc. This is really the only Kingdom Hearts game I can think of with a clear story you can understand from start to finish without having to read a fucking wiki page to supplement. It's a simple story that pretty much anyone can get invested in, and I think that's something not many people were expecting getting into this game, and it's definitely helped it stick in people's minds. I wouldn't say the series story is outright abysmal nowadays, but it sacrificed its simplicity for complexity, which wasn't the best move if you ask me honestly. And all the Disney worlds fit well, because they aren't stories ripped right from the movie like later games. Here, all the worlds have original stories tied into the overarching conflict with the Evil League of Evil and the Heartless. And some worlds even have members of the Evil League of Evil as their big bads. Ursula. The atmosphere especially I adore. All the worlds feel like love letters to their respective movies, and most of that comes from the soundtrack. Yoko Shimomura did a fantastic job with the score, and with the orchestrated tracks in the HD games, it's even better than before. Let me tell you, Dearly Beloved will break you in the heart, I know, because I have it in my writing playlists, because I'm a monster. And don't tell me this ain't the best damn cutscene in the entire fucking series.
That little squirt took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it?
Tell me that doesn't pump you up to break Jafar's teeth. Kingdom Hearts is a sort of action-adventure 3D platformer. I say platformer loosely. You go around exploring interconnected rooms, making up a single world, jumping and smashing people's heads in with an oversized key. You use the command menu to access 4 options: attack, magic, items, and summons. Attack lets you string together combos for free. Magic lets you use spells for a cost of MP, these blue bars right here. Items are exactly what they sound like, and summons are pretty damn useless. Except Tinkerbell, she will save your ass in tougher fights, but other than that, use them at your own risk. The gameplay's solid, albeit a tad dated, and I think no other world showcases that more than Deep Jungle. The world is filled with different layers of a vast jungle, along with sections where you swing from vine to vine. Though you can avoid those if you look it up, trust me, it ain't worth it unless you go for treasure chests, but you can do that when you have Glide. And you're constantly running from one end of the map to the other, not sure of what you're doing. The platforming here isn't fun because of the janky camera and floaty jumping controls, and the lack of an objective system especially can confuse players unless they know what to do or where to go by heart.
No heart, no see friends.
Off. As for the other dreaded world, Atlantica, I actually didn't hate this one as a kid. Legit, this was one of the things I was most looking forward to, and I pulled an all-nighter while I was in kindergarten just to get here. But now that I'm older, oh sweet Jesus. The swimming controls. You ascend and descend with the square and circle buttons respectively, and you can't block, so that's fun. It's not abysmal by any means, but it ain't fun, especially with those damn Ursula bosses. No! I warned you I might f this up. I actually like the layout of most of the worlds, except Monstro and Deep Jungle, f them. As you've got a lot to explore, and interacting with the environment is vital to getting through them. The problem comes with the stiff controls. If you had the Kingdom Hearts 2 combat and movement combined with the KH1 layout and world design, it'd be a match made in heaven. I didn't have as much of a problem with the camera as I thought I would. Thankfully, the HD versions have moved it from the back triggers to the right analog stick. Why the hell was it not like that to begin with? All the magic spells have certain specific purpose. Fire is your shotgun spell, Blizzard has a little more range, Cure is to be spammed to hell, you get the idea. And you can always get your magic back with either specific items or just smashing the shit out of enemies' faces. Though it takes a while, so I'd suggest not letting your MP go to 0. Everything, except the goddamn summons, save for Tinkerbell, serves its purpose. You can also modify your attack combos with certain abilities, so long as you've got enough AP. Though I'ma be real, stuff like Sonic Blade, Strike Raid, and all that shit, I never use them. Ever. Partly because you have to wait for a reaction command to use them, though it beats them being at the bottom of the command menu in the old version. Partly because I want to save my AP for other abilities, and partly because I just prefer the old school style of smashing people's faces in and calling it a day. For most of the game, you're gonna have 2 party members, 3 in some worlds, but you're gonna have to swap them out. And for 95% of the game, it's gonna be Donald and Goofy, and dear God, do not trust them because they are useless, specifically Donald. Stop dying and heal me before I roast you. Then there's the gummy ship missions, where you fly between worlds, and it ain't fun. You can upgrade your ship to make it more fun, but be real, the menu is a clusterfuck, and dear lord, it ain't worth it. Just go in, put in as many gummies for speed as you can, add in some extra turrets, and you good. Also, warp drive is best drive. Also, this is something I've noticed replaying all the games recently, but this is the only game, at least that I'm currently aware of, where you get experience points from bosses and tech points from performing certain skills. Why are these not used in later games? I love being rewarded for my strategy in the case of tech points, and bosses, well, why wouldn't you reward players with experience on them? I mean, I've heard people complain that it would make no experience playthroughs impossible, which makes no sense to me. Just equip the 0 experience skills and you're good to go. Tech points seem like they'll be returning in Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, when it actually comes out. But can we please get experience points from bosses again? Please, Square, please? Then there's all the extra content available in the final mix version. Some extra bosses that may or may not be important down the line, new keyblades, color swaps for most of the Heartless, some new cutscenes. It's a fun time all around. Now, I'ma be real, I never bother with the extra bosses because damn it, I play these games to have fun, not to torture myself. Also, these games don't have New Game Plus features, meaning if you finish the game and you want to play it again, you've got to start it all over from scratch, and fuck that. Maybe the Tales games have spoiled me with their New Game Plus features, but it is something I'd like to see in KH3. It's never gonna happen, but hey, at least we can wear Mickey's ears, so I guess it's a win. So all in all, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix is a solid, albeit a tad dated game. If you're on the fence about trying out the Kingdom Hearts series, well, what the f*** are you doing here? I said there were spoilers, bitch! But you might actually enjoy this one, and even if the later game's story and or gameplay aren't really for you, this one might still be really enjoyable for you. If you're willing to accept that these children think that they can travel to different planets via boat, then I'd say you're good. And now for our traditional funny moments section, because as wonderful as this game is, damn, it's got a lot of meme-worthy moments. Our king is a dog. I repeat, our king is a dog. Oh god, if only we had a mouse on the throne. Also, 2 dogs, yet only one can walk and talk? I sense black magic.
The door is open.
Yeah, cause y'all were raised in a f***ing barn, you heathens. Wake the f*** up!
Ah!
Wait, y'all have nukes? Are the Moguls planning to take over the universe with nuclear warfare and cuteness?
Let's go get him!
12 seconds later.
This is literally them the whole game.
Riku! I'm not dreaming this time. Right?
Wait, you've had dreams about him? The hell?
Riku!
How the f*** is there a will in space? Oh my god. Oh my god, you idiots! Dodge! Move out of the way! Shoot him in the eye! Y'all deserve to die.
Okay, but first, how about dinner?
Huh. So they are basically slave labor for Sora.
The true darkness!
Yeah, darkness, we know, bitch. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I am proud of my resting bitch face.
That's one funny face.
Seriously, this is terrifying. What the f***? Enjoy the review? Glad to hear it. Want to murder me to release your anger, then sacrifice me to the internet gods? Hit the dislike button. It's still interaction. I've got a Kingdom Hearts Rechained Memories review and retrospective set for next Friday, though it might not be what you expect, plus reactions and reviews of RWBY Volume 5, so feel free to subscribe and stay tuned. I'm Unicorn of War, and this has been a shit show.